In the area of personal development, achievement, purpose, and I'm not talking about goal setting here. We're not talking about goal setting because we're talking about this concept that we'll get to goal setting, but that's not here. So the concept that we're talking about is quadrants, and this gives us a framework to organize ourselves, to prioritize like the various parts of our lives, the various aspects of our lives. And then what we're going to do is we're going to divide our attention into distinct quadrants here. And when we do that, what we're going to do is we're going to gain clarity. We're going to maintain balance. We're going to allocate the energy, the time more effectively that we have. So when you're looking at a quadrant, what's going to happen is you're going to know what energy you need to use, what time I need to spend doing that. That's what the quadrants are all about. But they're about so much more. So let's jump into the concept and explore like how quadrants work, how they can drive our focus, why we focus, why they create so much focus, and when we focus on them, all right? So the first step is to actually identify the quadrants. That's identifying quadrants. That's the first thing we need to do. And the reason we do this is we need to focus the power in one little section, one little square, in a specific area of your life, in an area of your life that's specific and significant to you. So there are areas that you want to grow, things that area that you work on every single day, that you're thinking about every single day, and the areas of life that wake you up in the morning, right? That like there's certain things I do, that's what wakes me up. Sometimes it's the stuff that keeps you up at night too, but those are the quadrants, okay? So there are areas where you need to be physically healthy. You have to have mental wellness, and where mindset, with the way you think, is very, very important. Also, another way to look at quadrants is where your relationships are aligned as well. So that'll come together in a second when I explain to you a little bit more. So there are areas that contribute to your prosperity or to your success. Another thing is it's where your mental toughness is actually displayed. You got to be mentally tough in these areas, and emotionally intelligent. That's where it gets tested. Your toughness, your mental toughness, emotional intelligence gets tested here. And then, as a result of these things happening, you actually grow. You grow and become your best self. And these are also the places that you have to be your best, that you want to be your best. And also the areas that you have the biggest opportunities for living the life that you want to live and have the experiences you want to have. So examples could be your family, your marriage, your parenting, maybe a significant other, a romantic relationship you have. Another quadrant could be your business. It could be your career. It could be the occupation that you do. It could be a side business, a side hustle, your startup, maybe a separate occupation, something else you're doing. So that would be in this quadrant. If you have multiple, if you're an entrepreneur and you have multiple different jobs or occupations, you can put them all in one area. I don't recommend that, but to start off, that's a good place to put them. So your quadrant might be as an entrepreneur, and it's these different things I do. You know, I sell insurance. I run a boutique. I have an HR business. I sell real estate. It could be that way. So it's all up to you, but use this to get started, because the qualities of those quadrants in business are typically all going to be the same. So you'll see how that goes, and that's on the next lesson. So another area for quadrants could be a hobby. You know, a hobby that you're doing. I do Spartan racing. So my quadrant, I have a quadrant that's called Spartan racing, right? There's people that are running because they really are into running. So hobbies could be in the quadrant, and I highly recommend, like if you're a musician, if you play baseball, softball, that kind of stuff, create a quadrant that way. Another area for quadrants, another thing I put in quadrants is friends. The time I want to spend with friends, what I want to do, the things I go. I'm getting into salsa dancing, so that would be something I do there, but that's something I do with friends, you see? So salsa dancing is important to me, but it's how I spend time with my friends. Does that make sense? So these quadrants that we're gonna be working on right now, they represent like key domains where you want to direct your attention and you want to direct your efforts.